Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Fox, and today we are going to go over the movie Sully, starring Tom Hanks, and it is a depiction of the real-life event, the Miracle on the Hudson, and today I'll go over some of the similarities, some of the differences that the movie portrays. One of the first things I want to go over are the events from January 15th, 2009, or the Miracle on the Hudson. So again, on January 15th, 2009, U.S. Airways Flight 1549 took off from LaGuardia Airport in New York City with 155 passengers on board and captained by Captain Sullenberger himself. Shortly after takeoff, a flock of geese managed to hit the plane and take out both engines, which is detrimental to a plane and trying to land it. So the original decision was try to glide back to LaGuardia Airport, but because of both engines being taken out, the decision was made to try to land it on the Hudson. And miraculously, everyone lived through the event and everyone was safe afterwards. The rest of the movie depicts the investigation from the National Transportation Safety Board into Captain Sullenberger and mainly the decision to fly into the Hudson and whether or not it was the right decision. Um, I'll go over that in the conflict slide, but overall, I think the movie does a great job of portraying accurately what happened during the flight and what happened afterwards. But there are some inaccuracies, as we'll see, between the legal conflict. The first minor element I want to go over from the movie is conflict. The first of which is obviously the legal battle between the National Transportation Safety Board and Captain Sullenberger. And between the two, it seems that they hate each other and that the board is this evil villain that is trying to get Sully removed from being a pilot. Unfortunately, though, since this is a more dramatized version of what actually happened, the real Captain Solberger said that this was pretty dramatic and this is not what happened. It was pretty cut and dry and smooth process, but obviously for a movie you have to dramatize a little bit. The second minor conflict is between Sully and his wife. They're experiencing some conflict because this is a stressful situation. It's a stressful situation for everyone. The media is constantly at their back asking about what happened, why it happened, etc., etc. So there's some conflict there and some stress and tension that is caused from the media and their constant presence. Now, the first major element I want to go over from the movie is the role of the media in the movie. And early in the year, we talked about media literacy, what's fake news, what's not, leading words, leading language, and titles, etc., etc. But this in the movie here, the media is really a constant presence for Sully, as it was for him in real life. His family had to deal with the media constantly. In fact, from this picture, this is a picture of the Sullenberg family home, which I believe is in California. And as you can see, there is media presence there 24/7. This is in the dead of night, and they're just waiting to see if anyone comes out for an interview. So the media in this instance is kind of a nuisance and kind of annoyance towards Sully through most of the movie. And he does do some interviews and such, which he did in real life too. But overall, he tries to keep a low profile and he really does fear the media's influence, and rightfully so. They could either portray him as a villain or as a hero, which thankfully most of them did portray him as a hero. But there was that doubt from the media whether he did make the right decision or not. The second major element I want to go over is health and some of the first aid response, first of all, to the issue. The first aid was top notch, and in a country and a city like New York, you would expect the first aid to be top notch for a situation like a plane crash in a freezing cold water, as the Hudson was that day, and accurately portrayed through and through. While it was dramatic, it was all accurately portrayed. People did fear for their life. Two of the people actually did jump in the Hudson and tried to swim away, and which really put their health in jeopardy. It was freezing cold weather, and they only had minutes to live. So the first aid response was really accurately portrayed in the movie. The second I want to go over is Captain Sully's health after the incident. It was known afterwards, after it came out, that he did have PTSD and symptoms of it, which were accurately portrayed again in the movie. Tom Hanks had flashbacks a lot, which are some symptoms of PTSD. He was constantly nervous. Insomnia, too. Real life Captain Sully had insomnia, as did Tom Hanks in the movie.